Hello Aries, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self and ultimately create the life that you deserve and desire. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we will jump into in just a second. But I have the tarot deck that we'll be using here, as well as the clarification deck and the advice deck that I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. In your recent past Aries, you have emotions are running high with the Six of Wands in reverse. This past energy is very much an energy of not being where you want to be in life, whether it's in a relationship, in a career, just kind of in general. It's feeling like you're lacking success, whatever that means for you. And it's been very difficult for you to kind of handle that energy with this emotions are running high card, feeling maybe very stressed out, very overwhelmed, very uncertain. And I feel like this whole message, and we'll talk about why, but I feel like this is all saying, like, regardless of where you're at, you're getting to where you want to be. Because your current energy, you have a time to give rather than take with the Seven of Swords. So right now, this is an energy of continuing to invest in you, continuing to invest in your path, continuing to invest with faith, regardless of the unknown, regardless of what you can't see yet. And that's how we manifest. When we show up in our life as if our desires already exist, as if we've already found the person who loves us unconditionally, or as if we're already, our financial needs have already been met, when we show up in that way, we attract our desires in that way, which means we have to continue down the path. We can't settle. We can't pull back our energy to our comfort zone, which right now I feel you're kind of in the middle of the universe. I don't want to say like testing you necessarily, but definitely working through some pretty challenging energy to say, like, are you going to pull back to comfort zone? Are you going to give up on yourself? Like, are you going to push forward with faith and believe that you're going to get to where you're trying to go? Which then in your immediate future, you have luck is on your side. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, this is very much an energy of you're going to have everything you need. You're not going to lack. And luck is on your side on this path. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to experience lack. It doesn't mean that you're not going to experience fear. It just means that you'll have everything you need, even if you don't know how or when, and your needs are going to be taken care of. I mean, the overall theme of this reading is abundance. So this is very much about attracting and sustaining abundance into your life. I feel like you've kind of been struggling maybe with that a little bit recently, but I feel as if this reading is very much a reading of, like, don't give up. Keep putting one foot in front of the other and you'll get there. So what does Aries need to know about their recent past? One more. Recent past for Aries. All right. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I mean, this is kind of, and it adds to this energy for sure of, like, how the hell am I going to get to where I want to be? Like, the King of Pentacles in reverse is this energy of kind of like your circumstances, your material circumstances. And so if you looked at your circumstances in your past, you'd probably be like, no, I am lacking. I don't have the money I need. I am alone, or whatever the case might be. But just because you can't see how things are going to be okay doesn't mean they're not going to be okay. It just means that right now is a time to to lean into faith and into trusting the universe, which is really, really difficult to do, but it's also the only way that we can create and manifest the life that we truly desire. So your circumstances probably didn't look like it, and that's why I get this energy of like, yeah, I'm not where I want to be. You know, I thought I'd be further along by now, or I thought my life would be very different than it has played out. But don't think that means that you can't get to where you're trying to go. It's just that the route's a little bit different than you originally thought it was going to be. All right, a little bit more on Aries recent past. Okay, 4 of Wands in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse, 8 of Pentacles in reverse. It's very much an energy of no matter what I do, it doesn't seem to be enough. And man, I get that. I feel that. I've been there many, many times. But sometimes we don't realize that it's not that. So many times when we're struggling, we think, oh, this means I need to work harder. I need to put more energy in. I need to prove my value more. I need to show up more. The universe isn't asking you to try harder, to move faster, or to give more. The universe is asking you to trust more. That's what's really lacking from this, is the trust that the universe has your back and you're going to get to where you're trying to go. Because the more that we don't trust, the more we're going to chase. The more we don't trust, the more we're going to be acting from a place of fear, right? You either take the path of fear or you take the path of faith. There's going to be an underlying energy there. And anything that you are pursuing from a place of fear is going to run the other way. Anything pursued from the place of faith is you're going to attract. And so the universe isn't asking you to give more, try harder, push harder, burn yourself out more. It's actually the opposite of that. It's trust that you can get where you're going more, so that you allow yourself space to take the right steps forward, to hear divine guidance, to give energy back to yourself and make sure that you're taking care of your own well-being. Because I do very much feel this energy of kind of spinning your wheels and feeling like you're not getting anywhere. And it's a frustrating energy. I really do get that. But let's get a little bit more, one more card for your recent past, Aries, and then we'll try to make sense of why we're hitting so hard on this experience, what the kind of purpose of what you're going through is. Recent past for Aries. Whoop. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So it's not that you're not trying hard enough or that you're not good enough. It's that your priorities are imbalanced or were imbalanced in your recent past. Priorities were unimbalanced. So, okay, in what way? I want to know in what way. That with the Hangman in reverse, holding on to like kind of a stubbornness about it too. Clarifying the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So what are you prioritizing? Avoiding anxiety. Okay. I talked about this already. But we really can take 2 paths in life. Now there's a million different paths that can come of that. But I mean, like, we can come from two different places. We come from a place of fearing what could go wrong and doing what we can to avoid our fear. Or we can come from a place of having faith in what could go right and pursuing the possibilities that exist in that direction. When we are pursuing from a place of fear, we create more anxiety in our life because what we're trying to do is control our reality. We're trying to make sure that nothing bad ever happens and that we're mitigating all chances of loss. And that can seem very smart and very logical, right? It's kind of the logical versus spiritual thinking. But there's a balance there. And a lot of what your recent past is about is kind of prioritizing avoiding what could go wrong and possibly settling because of that. You know, I'm avoiding being alone forever, so I'm going to settle for this relationship. I'm avoiding not having the money that I need, so I'm going to settle for this job. You know, when we avoid a fear, we can't at the same time pursue a faith. So, like fully, if we're fully avoiding fear, we can't. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So in your recent past, there was actually this energy of prioritizing fear, prioritizing anxiety, prioritizing like what didn't align with you. It didn't make you like happy or didn't fulfill you, but gave you kind of a false sense of control over your reality. And that's why things never got you to where you wanted to be, was because that wasn't the path to get there. So now is a time of kind of redirection. It's a redirection into prioritizing what could go right. So starting that business and prioritizing what could come of that. Walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve you and prioritizing the faith that something better can come along. So many different things can come from that. So many different examples can come from that, but just prioritizing faith over fear. So let's get more here. What does Aries need to know about their current energy? Current energy for Aries. So you've been stuck in a cycle. You've been stuck in a cycle for a while. What is this cycle? Oh, of control. Trying to control your reality, which we already talked about. And that's the truth you're needing to see. Because the more you've tried to control your reality, the more that has felt out of your control. Okay, so let me get more on this cycle. Yeah, there it is. The moon, Seven of Cups in reverse. Your decisions were being made from a place of fear. So now it's redirecting you to a different path, to a different way of pursuing, so that you can receive this abundance. But what that's going to require is investing in you, a new path maybe, making a decision that requires you to have faith in the universe that things are going to turn out all right. Instead of kind of staying in energies and in places that, don't make you feel good about where you're at. So you've been stuck in a cycle, but you're now in the process of closing out that cycle, which is very good. It's a very powerful thing to do. Let's get more on Aries' current energy. Prioritizing stability over what you deserve. That's the cycle. I don't know why I didn't give it to me just then. Prioritizing stability over what you deserve. You can have both. You can have both. You can be stable and also be happy. You can be loved. You can have the love that you deserve and desire, and also choose yourself. Like, you can have both. So much of the time, we settle for what we think we need because we think, well, it's better than having nothing. At least I have this job. I hate it, but it's better than having nothing. At least I'm in this relationship. Doesn't really make me happy. Kind of treats me pretty poorly, but at least I have it. Because it's stable, quote unquote. It gives us that false sense of control. And the more that you've prioritized stability over happiness, the more that your soul has gotten more and more drained, because it's obvious that the more you do that, the less you attract what it is you ultimately desire. Because there's this energy of feeling like you wish that things were different, or you wish you were in a different place or more successful, or whatever the case is, which makes plenty of sense. But the universe isn't going to give you what it is that you desire if you're investing in less than you deserve. Hope that makes sense. So right now is a time to, regardless of the unknown, invest in the belief that there's a better life for yourself. Current energy here for Aries. What does Aries need to know about their current energy? because that's what's going to pay off, because you have luck is on your side. You're going to have everything you need. Where's the Queen of Cups? Why is this Queen of Cups? Who is this? Because this is you, but it's not you. Which I think is kind of the point. It's like, maybe you're acting or have been acting as if everything's fine. I'm happy, everything's good, but you know you're not. You know you're not. You know you're not good. Because this is you, but it's not. You've been living kind of in this reality or in a situation that just doesn't align with who you really are, what you really want. Maybe it's as good as you think it can get, or maybe at one point it resonated with you, but it doesn't anymore. But yeah, it's like, okay, hang on. I want more on this Queen of Cups, because this Queen of Cups looks like she's scheming. I don't know how to put it. You get more on this Queen of Cups. Choosing stability over happiness. So in a past life, I was a financial advisor. And, which is so crazy. It's funny thinking of going from such an analytical career to being a freaking tarot reader. But in that life, I worked with a lot of people who were, at retirement age or kind of nearing retirement age. And I kid you not, I would say probably 99% of the people I worked with, it probably wasn't every single one, but 99% of the people that I worked with would say, I worked my entire life to get to retirement because I thought by the time I'd get here, I'd be happier. But I'm no happier now than I was then, and now I regret wasting all of my life working for this stability or this idea of my happiness being in the future. So kind of prioritizing that stability or some idea of a future that never really came for them. And I saw this all the time. And actually, that was part of the reason why I left my career as a financial advisor and decided to pursue a different career, was because I was like, man, is that happening to me? I'm not happy in this career. I'm hoping that eventually I make enough money that I have the freedom to travel and do the things I want to do, but I'm not happy now. And I realized that's the exact same thing that these people were telling me they went through. But I say that because so much of the time we think that by playing it safe or prioritizing something that doesn't make us happy but provides us with stability, that eventually we're going to be happy. Eventually things are going to change. Eventually things are going to become what we want them to be. So we kind of just put up with it. It's like, it's worth it because of what could possibly be in the future. So we just kind of allow these things to happen. We allow ourselves to be in these relationships that we're not happy in these careers that we don't really like, because we have this idea that eventually I'm going to be happy. But that never comes, because if you're not investing in it right now, you're not creating it. You have to be willing to show up for the life that you want now. If you're not happy in a situation, that situation is never going to make you happy in the end. If you're investing in something hoping that it's going to change, if you're investing from a place of being unhappy or being unfulfilled, thinking that eventually one day it's going to make you happier, it's going to fulfill you, that's going to lead to disappointment, because you're going to get to that future day and you're going to realize you've wasted all this time waiting for things to change, and they never had, because you haven't been prioritizing your happiness. It sounds like such a naive idea, and I understand that. But that's also why so many people are settling for a life that they're not even really happy with, because they think that they have to. They think that's the way to go. You get a job, you work that job till you retire, and then whatever, But I just feel like right now, it's almost like you're putting up with how things are, thinking that eventually they're going to be better. But they're not going to be better, Aries, unless you make them better. Your investment in the potential of what could possibly be, like in the unknown, meaning like not trying to stay at that job you hate, hoping that eventually it gets better, but saying, I can't do this anymore, I'm going to go find something that's better for me. When you do that, you embrace the unknown. You're not waiting for things to change, but you're actively making the change. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see what Aries can expect in their immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with your higher self? What can Aries expect in the immediate future should they choose to move forward in alignment with their higher self? That's why I got like this scheming from the Queen of Cups, is she's like, I'm not happy. This isn't really me. This doesn't align with me. But eventually it'll be good. Eventually things will be better. Eventually I'll be happy. If I could just get to this point. But then it's always like that. It's like you get to that point and then you're like, well, maybe when I get to this next phase and this next phase and this next phase and this next phase. But nothing ever changes if nothing ever changes. All right. Immediate future for Aries. Luck is on your side with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. I didn't expect that. 4 of Cups. I mean, it's a card of healing. It's not bad. It's a card of healing. Okay, so what the hell is this talking about? Oh. Okay, hang on. Let me get a little bit more here. Okay. Moving forward, there's this need to get to the root of why you believe you have to settle, or why you believe that being unhappy or miserable or suffering is necessary to get you to what you want. Whether it's a relationship, a financial situation, a job, whatever the case is, there's a need to get to get to the root of why you don't believe that you are deserving of the life you ultimately desire. Like, why do you not think you can have the career of your dreams and the financial situation of your dreams? Why don't you think that you can't have the relationship of your dreams and the career of your dreams? Like, whatever the case is, like, getting to the root of why you don't think you can have what it is that you desire. So you're kind of wading through this unhappiness because you think you have to. There's an energy of feeling like you have to. So kind of getting to the root of that moving forward, because that can start to, because you have this luck is on your side. Like, the universe is here to support you, but you can only experience the support of the universe to the extent that you believe in it. If you take steps in faith of the universe, in your faith of the universe will meet you there. Joseph Campbell once said, is a philosopher, when you take one step towards the gods, they take 10 towards you. When you take one step in faith towards the universe and towards believing that more is possible for you, the universe will meet you there. So this is about how to create your abundance. You don't create your abundance by continuing to invest in what you don't deserve and waiting for things to change. You create your abundance by deciding it's time for me to live an abundant life and taking steps in that direction. And then that path will kind of unfold for you. But there's a part of you that believes you can't. Like, you can't have what it is that you want for some reason. What does Aries need to know moving forward? Because your focus is more on, like, what could go wrong, what could be lost, how you could mess up, how you could fail. Your focus is so much more on those things as opposed to, like, what could go right. There's always going to be things to fear. But there's always going to be just as many good things too. It's just about what you focus on. Because here's the sun. This is what's possible. Fulfillment, happiness, joy, excitement. But this can't happen if you're focusing on, because if you're not pursuing the fulfillment, you're avoiding the fear, which you're actually kind of end up pursuing the fear anyway. It's kind of funny how we do that. Anytime we try to maintain control, it's not a real sense of control. So this is possible for you, but you can't experience until you take steps in from a place of believing it's possible for you. So this is redirection. This is a redirection and path from avoiding what could go wrong to pursuing something from a place of what could go right. And I said that in the beginning, but it's very obvious how it's unfolding. Immediate future for Aries. What does Aries need to know about their immediate future? There you are as the Emperor. This is power. This is stepping into your power. I mean, this is obviously Aries energy, but this is not control, because this is control. Emperor in reverse, which we already saw. You're in the cycle of control. This is power. Control is trying to control the people and situations around you and hoping that things change and sacrificing your happiness and because you think that that's going to lead to better days. That's control. Power is saying, I know I'm deserving of good things, so I'm going to create them. And I'm going to do it because the fulfillment that you seek is created in the doing. It's created in showing up for it every single day. It's not a future event that might possibly take place. You do it by investing more and more of the things that you love and the things that you are passionate about and the things that make you feel good into your day-to-day. That's how you create fulfillment. It's not a future event, but it's almost like, I don't know if you've been waiting for it, but it's almost as if you're being pushed to create it now. The universe is saying it's time for you to, regardless of the unknown, regardless of what you can't control, it's time for you to create this life or this experience that you're so insanely deserving of. And that's going to get you further than trying to avoid fear. Way further. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to dive deeper into this reading and focus on what can you do to ensure you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. Thank you so much, Aries, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you, obviously, in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Aries, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aries.